Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It is me, your girl BrittReacts, and today we're going to react to Charlamagne the God unpacking Republicans' daddy issues with Trump. This is from The Daily Show, and I had no idea he was also getting a check from The Daily Show. This man has unlimited bags, unlimited, and I want to be like him when I grow up. Let's see what he has to say. I'm sure that just triggered you that I said I want to be like him when I grow up, because so many of you don't like Charlamagne the God, and he is very triggering for some reason. I just admire the amount of jobs he has. It's wild. Okay, let's go.
The big mysteries of the Trump era
got so much
is
makeup
how so
on.
many Republicans can see everything Trump is doing and not say anything. The blatant corruption, disregarding the Constitution, that MAGA masturbation dance.
I'll never unsee it.
Mr. President, I don't know who you've been jerking off this whole time. But if they haven't come by now, they never will. Look, the whole point of a democracy is that the president is not an all-powerful figure who's always right and can never be questioned. That sounds more like a little kid's idea of their father. And I think that's the answer. Republicans aren't looking for a president, they're looking for a daddy. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay. He's got on so much makeup. I can't stand when you can like tell that someone on TV has on like loads of makeup. The art of TV makeup is meant to be, it looks like flesh. He also has to work on his teleprompter reading eyes, because right now it's giving Octomom eyes. Like, calm down. All right. I see where we're going here. I've talked about this many times. I just think there is a spectrum of people who support Trump. I think there are Republicans who just are diehard Republicans, and they're not going to ever side with anyone else, no matter how wrong. They're going to be Republicans. I think there are people that like if there's a scale, they weigh more on agreeing more with Trump than they disagree. So they're going to weigh toward Trump. Then you have people who liked Trump before he became a politician, so they're just like whatever. And then I think you have like there's fandemonium. There are people who really just are sold out for Trump. They're sold out for what they feel is complete transparency, and that he talks like an everyday American. He's not politically correct, and nothing that he does will upset them. And if it does, they'll never like admit it or say it out loud. I think there's like there's a scale, there's a spectrum. And I never equated daddy issues with it, but I guess Charlamagne is going to tell us why he thinks that.
Answer. Republicans aren't looking for a president, they're looking for a daddy. Yeah, and that's not me just saying it, it's them.
There are thousands of people here. They started screaming and chanting, "Daddy's home" and "Daddy dog."
It's like Daddy arrived and he's taking his belt off.
When Dad gets home, you know what he says?
No,
You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now.
Check the stats, stop throwing stones, and straighten up, sucker, cause Daddy's home.
What the hell? What the helly? You're 54 years old. You can't be talking about needing a daddy if you have an AARP card, okay? My God, if you got daddy issues, don't go into politics. Become a stripper like a normal person, okay? Creepy porn shit aside, when most MAGA folks say they want a daddy, what they mean is they want somebody to protect them. And that's what Trump promises all the time.
You will once again have a protector in the White House. I'm going to be a protector. I will protect women at a level never seen before. I will protect our workers. I will protect our jobs. I will protect our borders. I will protect our families.
Yeah, Trump is protection the same way a condom is. Like, you see him coming and you know you're going to get f***ed. But here's the thing that I don't get about making Trump your father figure. If you listen to his own family members, he sounds like he's a terrible father.
He would not really be a dad which would take them for the stroll in the Center Park, in the stroll, or go and play the soccer with them, or do something like that. He was always on the telephone making the business.
I'll supply the funds and I'll take care of the kids, right? No, it's not like I'm going to be walking the kids down Central Park.
Donald Trump was never keen on bequeathing his name to anybody. It was Ivana who wanted to call their newborn son Donald Jr. You can't do that, Trump is quoted as saying in Ivana's memoir. What if he's a loser?
I think Donald Trump has always been who he is. And for that, I think you just have to give some respect that, like, they are 10 toes down in who they are. They'll never change. She knew who she married. Like, and I think he just had a very this is how most fathers were, like, for millennials and like the boomers. Like, the dads were there to provide and the mothers were there to nurture and be at home. Not really for the millennials, but he just has, that's like, it's a traditional thought process of, like, you know, I might throw the ball every now and then, but I'm not a stay-at-home dad kind of thing. It's like, that last bit was hilarious though. But that's a good point. It's like, well, I don't want him to carry my name. What if he ends up being useless? Oh man, I know so many people like watch stuff like this and they get so unraveled and take it so seriously, but this is all, it's comedic. It's meant to like get a rise and sensationalize some things that are true, but this is not a point, okay? This is not a point. It's not a true point. Let's just, everyone calm down.
Trump is quoted as saying in Ivana's memoir, "What if he's a loser?"
What if Don Jr. is a loser? I guess those
Some
hats are true. Trump
is.
really is right about everything, okay? And Daddy Trump does something even worse than insult his children. He plays favorites among them. For instance, here's a fun Christmas story
I do think
from
he
Donald
has a
Trump Jr.
favorite.
himself.
Who do y'all think his favorite
I got
is?
regifted all of the things that were monogrammed for him at times. So, you know, there was one Christmas where he may or may not have given me the gift that I had given him the year before because I monogrammed it. And it was like, oh, yeah, here.
Now see if you can tell the subtle difference between giving the child he hates a regifted tie and what he gives the child he actually likes.
A great gift that my
Look
dad
at her.
gave me recently is
She's
an
so
apartment
pretty.
because I'm graduating.
See? You see that? You thought he only denied housing to black people. Turns out he also denied it to his son. And maybe you're thinking,
the
come
other
on,
one?
Trump is proud of all his kids equally. He's not.
I'm very proud because Don and Eric and Ivanka and, you know, to a lesser extent because she just got out of school, out of college, but Tiffany.
To a lesser extent.
That's kind of how he's treating the country, isn't it? Like the red states are Ivanka and the blue states, yeah, we're Tiffany. You see, Trump isn't just any dad. He's a particular type of dad, the bully. Sometimes that's great for, you know, if you're having problems.
I think that's a good way. And I think that I'm not like, I think that's a good way to explain like kind of old school dads. Like their thought process was like, I'm going to bully, like I'm going to be the mean guy because I need my kids to be tough. I think that's a good way to put it. Saying that about Tiffany, poor Tiffany. Is it just 4 of them or do we think there's more Trump kids out there that we'll never know about? What do y'all think? I don't know. I think Tiffany is beautiful too.
Dad,
just
the
like
bully. Sometimes that's great for, you know, if you're having problems with another kid at school or immigrants or the president of Ukraine, he'll bully them for you. But the thing is, a bully dad will bully his own kids too.
President Trump has slammed Bolton as a wacko and incompetent, calling Rex Tillerson dumb as a rock and Jim Mattis overrated.
Called Attorney General Jeff Sessions mentally retarded and a dumb Southerner.
Called Omarosa a lowlife and a dog.
John Kelly, he's one of the dumbest people I've ever met. Stupid.
A lowlife and a dog.
Good work by General Kelly for quickly firing that dog. That is a crazy. He does say some really mean things, but here's what I'll say. Like, it's not, no one is exempt from his wrath. Men, women, black, white, dog, giraffe. Everyone's going to catch it if you're in the wrong lane. If you're not on the right side of the highway. But to call somebody a dog is really, really just terrible. Good Lord.
Mentally retarded and a dumb Southerner.
Called Omarosa a lowlife and a dog.
John Kelly, he's one of the dumbest people I've ever met. Stupid generals like Milley, who's a stupid person. A person known as Nikki Birdbrain Haley.
Look at his hair.
Birdbrain.
Look, man, if you hate your kids that much, at least have the decency to go out for cigarettes and never come back, okay? It's okay, we won't miss you. And when you have an emotionally unavailable dad, you're constantly having to beg for his love. And then you get stuff like this.
Your entire life you have stood for doing things that other people thought they couldn't do.
He is the most important, the smartest, the most capable leader in the world.
The greatest negotiator, the greatest deal maker, the greatest diplomat, and the greatest peacemaker.
Every day is like waking up to Christmas.
President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country. Ever. Never seen anything like it. Thank you.
Yes, you're damn right. We've never seen dick riding like this, okay? All right? This is unprecedented glazing, all right? Or at least it's weird to talk about a president this way, but an emotionally abusive father, then it's very normal. Some of you know the drill. You stay on daddy's good side because you know when he has a bad day, he's putting belt to ass, all right? But Republicans, to paraphrase the immortal Maury Povich, he is not your father. Okay? All right? If you see him stepping out of line, accepting bribes from foreign countries, and violating the Constitution, call it out. Because the truth is, America doesn't need a daddy. It needs to grow up and not be a damn child itself. But that's just my opinion.
That's a great way to wrap that up. Yeah, like I said, I think there's a spectrum, and I think the top tier of it is like worshiping him, and we shouldn't be worshiping any human being, like ever, about anything. But that's just my opinion, my opinion. You don't have to agree because it's my opinion. All right, make sure to leave some comments down below on your thoughts. Ooh, some of your feathers are ruffled and your panties are in a bunch, but remember, it's all in fun. Make sure your comments are kind, because if they're not, well, they're not welcome, okay? Keep it cute or put it on mute and go and have the day that you deserve. Bye-bye now.